see if I go up.
All right. So today we're going to be doing Unit 8, Introduction to Geometry, Lesson 2, Segment Addition Postulate. So, the definition of a segment, or a line segment, is part of a line consisting of 2 points and all the points between them. So, it's important to note that segments have 2 endpoints. So we have segment AB. It can also be called segment BA. So it's always named by its 2 endpoints, the points on the end. And we put a bar over the top of that for naming purposes, okay?
For what purposes?
Naming purposes. An endpoint is a point at one end of a segment, or the starting point of a ray, and it's denoted by a capital letter. So we would call an endpoint like C or D. It's the endpoints of the segment. Now, a segment bisector is a line segment array that intersects the segment at its midpoint. It divides the segment into 2 equal parts. So this is the symbol we use to show that 2 parts are equal. Okay, instead of the equal sign, we use a congruency symbol for geometry, and that's what that's called. So this means
Squiggly lines for?
good. Yep, that means congruent. Okay. Exactly. So for example, we have segment AB, and it's been bisected by the line L right here, and it makes 2 equal parts. So these little symbols right here indicate that these parts are congruent. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the segment addition postulate. So the segment addition postulate says if B is between A and C, then AB plus BC is equal to AC. So what that means is if we take these 2 small segments and add them together, they must equal the what? A to C, they equal the whole segment. So we add the 2 small pieces together, it equals the whole. So we're going to use this to do some problems, okay? So, first problem we're going to do, it gives us the length of AB, right? What's the length of AB in the picture?
15.
Good. What's the length of BC?
4.
Good. So therefore, what would be the length of AC?
19.
Good. So 15 plus 4, which is,
So the answer is 19.
we would write AC with a line over it is equal to 19.
So this is basically quick math.
Some of it is.
Wait, so just addition?
What?
Just addition?
Some of them are, yeah. We're just starting out simple, but there's going to be a few that require some algebra skills, okay? So the next one here, they give us the length of AB, and they give us the length of AC. So we know that AB plus BC is equal to what?
33.
Good, 33, or, AC in general.
Oh, it's
So I forgot for in the back
It's
of the
11.
Is there some
No, it's
mechanics
13.
some is like 15 out of 20.
Okay, yeah, you can show me later, and we'll take care of it, okay? After the lesson.
Okay.
So we're going to plug in for that. So we're going to get 20 plus BC is equal to 33, right?
13.
So,
What? No,
yeah, it will be 13, won't it? So I'm just showing you how you would do the algebra here, because we are going to have some that will require it. And that comes out to be BC is equal to 13. So is everybody good with how we got 13 here? For the segment addition? All right, let's move on to number 3.
Is this the subtraction?
Wait. Where did let me see, I tried to sign.
Did you get 13 on that one?
Yeah, I just been messed up. I gotta try again with this, right? I just wrong with this. What? Okay.
You good, Zach?
It's number 1.
Yeah, don't worry about the old one yet. We'll worry about that one after, okay?
Okay,
Just
yesterday was good.
all right. So this one here, number 3, we're going to find AC, right? So we know that AC is the sum of AB plus what?
14.
Plus BC is equal to AC. Does everybody see that?
14.
Yes, Jet, I know it's 14, but we're going to be doing problems with algebra later, so I want you to know how to set it up, okay?
What do you mean the algebra? Like
there's gonna be like
Mhm.
X there possibly, so we have to know how to set it up. So AB, the short piece, plus the other shorter piece is equal to the whole length. Now we're gonna plug in what we know, which is 10 plus 4, which is 14.
Yeah, I just got it right.
So AC is equal to.
Well, A and C is when I didn't do.
So is everyone good with the segments so far?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one, they want us to find AB, so we're going to set up our formula. AB plus BC is equal to the whole length, which is AC. So we're going to plug in. We don't know what AB is, so we're going to leave it blank. But we do know what BC is. What is BC?
6.
Good. And what is AC?
24.
Good. So to solve for AB, I can
16.
subtract 6 on both
18.
sides, which gives me AB
They're all, it's only 18, yep.
is equal to 18.
Alright.
Everyone good with that so far?
No.
Yep.
You understand the concept of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just found these, I just got these pages for doing multiplying and adding this.
Yeah, you want to
I
add
thought
them.
geometry was supposed to be with shapes.
Yeah, just
It is.
It is, but all shapes are formed by line segments. Right? So when we start out simple and we kind of build on it. So is everyone good with the first 4 problems? Okay. So now we're going to move into the next set of problems. So it says find the value of x and then find AB. So this is why I was showing you how we would set up the equation, because that's going to be required on some of these, right? So see this one here? So we're going to have to set up our equation. AB plus BC is equal to the whole length, which is AC. And we're going to fill in what we have. So what is AB according to the diagram?
6x.
Good. And what is BC?
33.
Just BC.
5.
5. And then AC is what you said, Zach.
It's 33.
33. Now you have an algebraic equation, right? So how would I solve this equation?
Then you
Minus
subtract
2
by
on both
5.
sides.
Not minus 2, but
Or
minus 5.
It's just because into,
What is 33 minus 5?
28 divided by 2, there'll be,
Good. Now we divide by 2. Which gives me x equals what?
14.
14. Now they asked me for x, but is that all they asked me for in the question? No. Any ideas on what I can do to find the length of AB now?
It's AB equals 14.
No. AB is equal to 2 times 14, right?
Oh, so it's 28.
So you have to take it and plug it back in, x, to get the value, which is 28.
it's just been multiplying when they're just been doing nerds.
Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Find the value of x and then find the value of A, B, and B, C. So we know that the 2 small segments, the sum of the small is equal to the big,
How do I take the next?
right? So now we're going to plug in everything we know. What is the length of AB?
4 minus 6. 4x.
Good. Plus the length of BC, which is what?
6x.
Equals what?
You said plus and you put it minus.
24.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I was looking at the other negative. I apologize. So the sum of AB plus BC is equal to the total length, which is 24. Now we use algebra to simplify. So we're combining like terms on the left side of the equal sign. What's 4x plus 6x?
10x.
Yeah, put your mask on.
Good.
4x. Oh, yeah.
Now how would we solve this two-step algebraic equation?
It'll be add by 6.
Good. Add 6 to both sides.
It'll be 30 divided by 10 equals 3.
Good. So we end up with 10x equals 30. and I'm gonna bring it up here so I don't have to change the slide. 10x equals 30, we would then divide by 10 on both sides. What is 30 divided by 10?
3.
I just knew
3.
it.
Now they asked me for the value of x, but is that all they asked me for in the question? They also asked me to do what?
They do for multiplication by 3.
They want us to find
The A, B, and the B, C.
a, b, and the b, c. Any ideas on how we can find that now that we have x? What do you think? Well, I know AB is equal to 4x minus 6. So what can I do with the x that I now found? What can I do with the x?
It'd be 4x minus 6 equals
4
3.
times 3.
What'd you say?
4 times 3.
4 times 3, then
Is 12 minus 6 equals
the 6.
Yep.
Got it.
That's why I multiply by divide.
So basically what you do here is you're taking the x that we just found and you're plugging it into the expression for each of these lengths. See how we're plugging the x back in to get the length. So what is 4 times 3?
12.
What's 12 minus 6?
6.
6. So this length is 6, right? And then we're going to do the other one over here, which is going to be 6 times 3, which is what?
18.
Good. Now I want you to notice something here. AB looks like it's longer than BC, right?
No, BC is 1.
But BC is actually longer. So the reason that I want you to think about this is you can never look at the picture and know what the length is. They don't make the pictures to scale. So I don't ever want you to look at the picture and think that means that it's a certain way. You always have to go by the math, okay? So don't use the picture as justification, okay? You always want to go by the math. So does anybody have any questions about this?
Why do they do that?
Why do they do that? Because they know that kids will purposely find lengths that are, it's
Okay.
something they
To make
do
sure
on-
you know how
to
to do them.
that just because people will like
my God.
they will make an angle look like a 90-degree angle because they know some
Right.
students will just throw it in and think it's 90. Yeah. Is everyone good to move on?
Yep. So how does number 7 for just been by 25 and how does he error by line?
So it says find BC if B is a midpoint. So them telling us B is a midpoint is important. What do you think a midpoint means? It's in the middle, which means that
It goes into by 1.
if it's in the middle, it what we call bisects the segment, right? It's a bisector. It bisects the segment into 2 equal pieces. These marks also tell us in geometry that those 2 things are congruent, which means their lengths are equal. So what would BC have to be here?
25.
25. So those marks are what we call tick marks, like we talked about on the intro slide, and those mean that things are congruent. Okay?
So that'll equal 50.
The whole thing would if they had asked for it, yes. It would equal 50. Good. Is everyone good with number 7?
That was it for number 7.
Yeah, if they had asked for AC, yes, that would have been 50. But they only asked for BC. Find AB and BC if BC is a midpoint. So if B is a midpoint, what do you have? Do you have any ideas what we could do with this? Any ideas on how we could find each one? Divided by 2. Good. How did you know to divide by 2? Yeah, 'cause they're broken up into 2 equal parts, right? So they would have to be 31 and 31. Is everybody good with that concept?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, are you ready to try the last problem, the word problem? No? I think you'll be just fine. Alright, let's try it. So it says, given DF is a segment with midpoint E, DE is 20x minus 4, and EF is 104. Find the value of x. So it's really important on these that you draw a sketch, because otherwise we're not going to understand what this question's really asking, right? So it says, given DF. So what I want you to do is I want you to draw DF. So you can make it as long as you want. And this is another really important lesson about the fact that the picture doesn't always tell us what we mean. Sometimes you're gonna be drawing the picture yourself. Therefore, the picture certainly won't be to
The
scale,
last one
right?
is too neat,
Jack,
E
Kayla.
goes into the middle.
It does, good. E goes in the
Yeah.
middle. Right.
Okay, well, the first one is, D is gonna be like 20x and, or 4. And last one is F is, the F is 1/4.
Yes. So this is what the important note here. We have our line segment DF,
Yeah, 'cause you weren't looking.
okay? But they tell us that E is a midpoint.
Yeah,
So E being a midpoint, that's really special. A midpoint means that these two pieces are what? If this is a midpoint.
Talking, pay attention.
What do you
it
think?
should be like,
You said 104.
If this is a midpoint, yep. So we're just getting our setup first. So we know that if this is a midpoint, these two segments must be what? If it's a,
Like 62.
like, don't worry about the numbers. So just look at the picture. I give you a line DF, and E is a midpoint. What does that mean about DE and EF, if that's a midpoint?
Different letters. No, I mean, points.
If it's a midpoint, that means that the distance between DE and EF is the
Same.
same. Good, equal. So now that we have that information, we're going to put in the expressions. So DE is equal to
20x minus 4, and the underneath, in top goes 104.
104.
That's why I did both underneath this.
Good. So that's what we have so far, but we don't really know what x is equal to, what is what they asked. So any ideas on what I can do with these two expressions? We know that they're equal.
Add 4 to both sides.
We don't know the total, but we know they're equal, so I can put what between them? If two things are equal, we can put a what between them?
That wiggly line thing.
Just an equals, yeah, an equal sign, right? We can set them equal to each other because they are equal. But yeah, they are, yeah, you're right, the lengths are congruent, but equal. Equal and congruent. Congruent, the difference between congruence and equal. Congruence is the actual line itself. Equals is when we use the numbers, as we use the equal sign. So we're going to add 4 to both sides.
They'd be like 108 divided by 20 goes 5.4.
5.4 is what you got? I haven't checked it in a bit. Since I did the key, so let's see. Good. So x is equal to 5.4. And I just want to remind everybody, it's okay to get decimal answers too. Not every answer is always going to be a perfect number, alright? Sometimes it will come out to be a decimal, and that's okay. So is everyone good with how we got 9?
Yep.
Okay.